So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have re-signed their head coach Todd Bowles and their GM Jason Licht to multi-year extensions. In my opinion, I'm a big fan of this move. I know Todd Bowles isn't the most cerebral head coach in the NFL currently. His defense is his specialty. He's more of a players coach sort of guy. He seems like he's a pretty good leader in that locker room. And as far as for Jason Licht, he's one of the best GMs in the NFL, has hit on a ton of draft picks and has done really well in free agency. So just an all-around top tier GM. So yeah, man, I love this move a lot. Let me know if you agree with me. I feel like most Bucs fans are pretty big fans of this news. So let me know what you think down below in the comments. Now, the Buccaneers did not disclose how much money are in both of those contracts, but you'd have to assume that they're pretty good deals, and the fact that they are in the state of Florida, pretty good deals for both gentlemen indeed. And as far as Todd Bowles and Jason Licht, in the past 3 years, they've won 3 consecutive NFC South crowns, so pretty good last 3 years, and that's a big reason why they got this extension done. I mean, they've just completely have dominated the NFC South for the last little bit for sure. And I know like the races have been close at the end of the season, but like come on, bro. I just feel like the Bucs have easily been the most complete team in the NFC South for a hot minute. Now going forward in the future, big year for Carolina, big year for Atlanta. New Orleans still has a long way to go, but it'll be interesting to see if they could win 4 in a row NFC South crowns. You let me know if you think they're going to get it done or not. And as far for the Bucs for this upcoming season, hopefully Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, and their new draft pick McMillan can really get it going. I feel like when healthy, that might be the best trio in the NFL, or at least one of them for sure. I know Chris Godwin and Mike Evans are definitely getting up there in age for sure, but they're still pretty elite guys when healthy. McMillan is a question mark, so if he could just be a solid 3 for his first year in the NFL, that's a big win for the Bucs. This team is definitely a lot of fun to watch. I feel like definitely one of the most underrated teams that are high in the entertainment factor in my opinion. Cade Otton went off recently and he's emerged as a pretty good young tight end, so hopefully he can stay healthy for this upcoming season because dude's a beast. I'm also a big fan of Bucky Irvin. Rashad White is pretty decent as well. So overall, man, offense really, really good. And it's just a lot of fun to watch, so I'm crossing my fingers that they can stay healthy for the whole season in 2025. Bucs' biggest weakness in the 2024 season was definitely their defense, specifically their secondary, so I'm hoping they will be an improved unit in 2025. And if you really think about it, man, the Bucs' last couple of years, in 2023, 2024 season, they lost to the Detroit Lions in Detroit, and by the way, that was a really, really close game. So they're right there with the best teams in the NFL, if you really think about it. And then a year ago, they barely lost to the Commanders at home in a very, very close game. So I know this team may not be everyone's Super Bowl favorite or even like everyone's Super Bowl dark horse team, but I'm telling you, this team is kind of under the radar, sneaky kind of good. So I'm hoping they could take the next step this year to make an NFC Championship game. I think that'd be a really, really dope story just for everyone in Tampa Bay. Not too long ago, Baker Mayfield was just in a tough position, in Carolina, in LA. The Browns essentially dumped him for Deshaun Watson, and he really resurrected his career. When he signed in Tampa Bay, not a lot of people believed in him at all, and he completely turned it around, and he's officially in my opinion, like a top 12 quarterback. So just an incredible story, incredible guy, it seems like, and just has a hell of an arm. So all in all, it'd be pretty cool for them to take a next step because it's just a really easy team to root for, honestly. So let me know if you think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers can take the next step? Do you think they can make the NFC Championship game for this upcoming season? Let me know in the comments below. Now, some other NFL news. Ex-Ravens kicker Justin Tucker has been suspended for the first 10 games for this upcoming season. Now, I would be pretty shocked if this guy ever played another down in the NFL. And what a fall from grace this guy had, when the first news came out of him being involved with what he was involved with. Just a pretty sad story, man. One day you can be a hero, one day you could have the perfect image, and then 24 hours within a blink of an eye, you can be a complete scumbag. So that's exactly what Justin Tucker is. And hopefully we never see him in the NFL again. And even before all this news came out, I feel like karma has gotten to him to a certain extent. His numbers have definitely taken a hit the last couple of years. So assuming there isn't no crazy injury to a kicker, we may never see him again. But then again, it is the NFL. It is a business. And the kicking department in the NFL, the kickers just move around from team to team like it's musical chairs. So as much as I would like to see this guy just dissolve away out of the spotlight, out of the NFL, he will probably squeal his way back in some way, somehow. I'd imagine some team will probably sign him late in the season or for a playoff run because, like I said, I just feel like there's been a lot of kicking issues the past 5 years, and I just feel like some team will give this guy a shot. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Let me know if you think Tucker will make an appearance back in the NFL, or do you think he's done? Let me know in the comments below. Now, one last thing before I get out of here. About a week ago, Shedeur Sanders was in the news for getting a speeding ticket. Apparently, since joining the Browns, he's gotten 2 speeding tickets since being drafted and being a resident in Cleveland, Ohio. Now, I'm curious, what do you guys think about these 2 speeding tickets? I've heard a lot of takes from both sides, but I feel like the majority is pretty upset with Shedeur. And I understand, it's just a speeding ticket, but at the same time, we've seen, in the past 5 years what speeding can do, As cliche as it is, speed kills, and, just take a look what happened to Henry Ruggs going 150 kilometers per hour, killed a lady, just some really awful stuff. And, in my opinion, man, Shedeur, a quarterback, speeding twice before even playing it down in the NFL, I mean, it's a pretty rough look, in my opinion. It's just, the NFL, man, it's a multi-billion-dollar business, and each franchise, each team is its own business, billion-dollar business, and the quarterback is the most important position in all of sports, the face of your company. And if the face of your company is speeding before even playing a down in the NFL and has all the antics that Shedeur Sanders has, I just think that's a really awful look. I really, really do. But you guys, let me know what you think about those 2 incidents. I'm really curious to hear. Now, as far as Shedeur, I'm really excited to see him play in the preseason because after everything that's happened to him, since taking that massive fall in the draft, I feel like he's got to put on one hell of a show in the preseason. I feel like he's got to have a Joe Milton sort of year in the preseason. I don't know. I just feel like he's got to prove everyone wrong right off the rip. And if he comes out and he struggles, I'd be pretty shocked to see him in the regular season for his first year in the NFL. So yeah, man, June 30th, last day of June, I'm feeling the itch of getting NFL ball back, and we will be getting it in about a month and some change. So we just got to hold steady for one more month and a half, and we'll get preseason ball back, and bang, week 1 will be right there. So yeah, man, let me know what you think about the Bucs news, Justin Tucker, and everything else in between. If you made this far, please subscribe, like the vid. It'd help out your boy a ton. That's all I got for right now. Peace.
First down at the 20. Looking long. And it's knocked down.
That's what you have to do as a defensive back. You got to wait to the last second. Wait till the receiver uses his hands. And once they go up, put your hand in between them and knock that football down. What a play. When you run the football like this and you show toughness, there is no doubt when you fake it and try to throw the football down the field, the quarterback's going to have all day to get it done.
And here's the toss. He's brought down. That's going to bring up fourth down.